When you give a narcissist too much slack, this happens. Hey guys, have you noticed how narcissists have this sneaky way of taking up every inch of slack you give them? Then they just keep taking more. It's like before you know it, they're getting away with everything they want. They just keep taking and taking until holding them accountable for anything has flown right out the window. If this sounds like anything you might be experiencing right now, stick around for the next few minutes because I'm going to be discussing how they do this and what you should expect in a normal relationship. A big red flag to look for in every relationship is how the person you're around keeps taking up slack as much as they possibly can, and worse yet, how much slack you continue to give them. Now, this includes relationships not just with significant others, but it includes friends, family, and coworkers. So let me explain it here. The more slack you give a narcissist, the less they're going to respect you. Whatever standards you may have thought you set, they slowly erode into them getting away with whatever they want. And they know they'll always get another chance. They no longer have any fear of losing you because they know whatever they do to you, you won't walk away. They'll get really comfortable knowing they can depend on your forgiveness. So they'll just keep taking as much as they can, and before you know it, that leash is endless. And any boundaries you had have completely disappeared. And it's super important to keep your guard up at all times. Now, I'm not saying you have to build some huge wall around you. I'm just saying you have to pay close attention to how you're being treated as the relationship progresses. From a boundary standpoint, and even better yet, from a self-respect standpoint, take some action and start refusing to put up with people who try to mess with your head. Stop allowing people to intentionally and repeatedly do and say things that they know are going to upset you. Stop prioritizing people who refuse to prioritize you. You're way better than that. If you're with someone that refuses to take any accountability for anything and won't apologize for anything, you'll end up being blamed for every argument and disagreement you have with this person. End of story. It's time to stop putting up with all this bullshit, guys. When the person you're with acts like the victim when you confront them for their abusive behavior, it's time to take a look in the mirror and realize that this will be what you're going to deal with for as long as you stick around with this person. Trust me, they're never going to change. When you get to the point where you say to yourself, enough is enough, and let's face it, eventually we all get to that point, right? Please consider what I'm about to say here. I want to remind you of what a normal, mutual, and respectful relationship should look like. And please feel free to comment below if you disagree with anything I'm saying here. Both during and after spending time together, you have this feeling of happiness and contentment. You feel like you can be 100% yourself around them and not feel an ounce of worry or anxiety about what you say or how you act. They accept you for you, with no strings attached. They encourage you to follow your hopes and dreams. They don't try to put you down or hold you back from anything. They make you feel as though they are your biggest fan. You find yourself dropping your ego whenever you're around them because they make you feel safe and secure. It's like whenever you're with them, you feel totally at peace. They offer emotional support no matter what kind of day you might be having. It could be one of your best days or one of your worst days. It doesn't matter. They're right there by your side through thick and through thin. Being around them makes you feel more confident about who you are. They don't pass judgment on you about anything, and they're always in your corner, no matter what the circumstances might be. They hold themselves accountable when they make mistakes, just as you do. They sincerely apologize for those mistakes and make adjustments to improve. And again, just as you would do for them. When you start breaking things down, it's really not that hard to have a mutual, respectful, and loving relationship. But here's the thing, guys. It takes two people to make all this work. One-sided relationships just never last. And in my humble opinion, some of those relationships last too long. And in those cases, it usually comes down to how stubborn we empaths can be, thinking we have some sort of superpower that others don't. We somehow think we're going to be the one person on the planet that's going to change the narcissist. That's a dangerous way to think, because for some reason, we're willing to go through all this abuse and pain, hoping to save a ship that's been sinking longer than we're willing to admit. And trust me, for every bucket of water you bail out of that ship, it's filling up with 10 more buckets. 10 more buckets of pain and abuse. Narcissistic relationships don't get better. They only get worse over time. And the more time you spend trying to repair or improve your relationship with a narcissist, the more power you're giving them over you. This is exactly what they've been planning since the start, guys. They need people to chase them, to focus on them, and to give them all your attention and energy. If you haven't figured it out yet, it's all about them and their need for your total attention at all times. So let me ask you this. Which relationship would you rather be in? The first part of this video, where you probably are now, giving them more and more slack? Or the second part, where you have mutual respect and support? I'm sure we all know the answer to that. So now the question is, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do to remove yourself from your current situation and make the transition into a life and relationship you truly deserve? I'm sure you had a life prior to this person, so trust me on this. There is a better life waiting for you after this person. I truly hope this video gives you a reason to reevaluate things and start your healing process today. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, keep looking for those signs. Stay alert, be vigilant, be strong, be brave, and go live your best life today.